Well, good morning. Good morning. How we doing this morning? I need to change the camera and I don't see where. Channel level settings. That's not the one I want. They asked before about which camera and I selected the wrong one. Don't have access to this feature, so I guess we'll have to do it from the camera on the computer. Market's getting ready to open. I'm getting ready to share my screen anyway. So let's just go with that. I don't see a place to change the camera screen. So let's see what this edit button down here does. Customization. Doesn't let you pick a different camera. Details. Just says webcam. I want a different webcam. Okay, well, it is what it is. It is what it is. What a TI is, as they say. It is what a TI is. Gonna go head up. We'll head them up over here. There we go. Woo! Wonder what just happened. Did we just get some news? Y'all see this SPX? Market's not quite open. This is SPX 500 over here. Some news must have came in. This is a 15-minute chart. Y'all see this big old red candle that just dropped down out of the sky? Let's see. Let's see. Lord. What is going on? All right, the market is getting ready to open. So I'm going to switch this over to SPX. It should have, the ding, ding, ding should have just happened. Maybe not quite. It maybe just did. Oh, we got a gap down open. This is what just happened there. Did I put this gap here? I'm pretty sure I did. So I'm going to remove it because it's in the way. Okay, I want to make this a little bit bigger. Charting on Trading View, so that way we can see what's going on a little bit. We had a gap down open, but it even gap down hit and it's starting to pull up. So this is again, like I said, that's a 15-minute chart. So it'll take 15 minutes to fill in this information. So there we are with that. Okay. Let's go look at what we got. 14.35. It was at the 14s yesterday. Actually, you see it was down 0.05. It was hanging around this range yesterday. So this is not necessarily anything different from previous days. Just, the VIX, the volatility index, the fear index, that's what's going on with that. Right? In the Yahoo Finance area, it's time to stop waiting for the Fed. Yeah, hope ain't nobody sitting around waiting on the Feds. Focus on the Fed's thinking has hidden the market moving power of other economic factors. Apple reaches a $490 million settlement over Cook's China sales comments. That may mean Apple might have a pop on it. So if you're hanging on, you might want to look there, see if there's some opportunities. Might want to see if there's some opportunities in the Apple area. Ulta Beauty international expansion is a no-brainer. I think they had earnings this week too, didn't they? Bitcoin retreats from record as a bubble talk increases, stock set for rebound ahead of Fed week. Right? In our pre-market, S&P futures are a little changed as Wall Street looks to end the week on a high note. Our pre-market was all red, right? That's why we got that gap down open. But I think if I was to refresh this, we'll see that it's starting to recover already. McDonald's suffers global tech outage, forcing some restaurants to halt operations. What the real? And those are Chinese characters. McDonald's is a whole thing over in China. It's a whole thing. I mean, people love some McDonald's. The Americans, of course, all the other foreigners, as well as the Chinese, love McDonald's. And they over there doing it different. They got the apps and all that. Well, now we have those here too, where you can order from the kiosk and you don't necessarily have to go to the counter to place your order. Now you go into McDonald's and you try to order at the counter, they looking at you crazy like, don't you see that kiosk? And you're like, well, I might need something different than that kiosk. My husband has allergies. So when he's ordering food in restaurants, he really needs to be able to communicate with somebody to let them know that he's got, dairy allergies. Sometimes on the kiosk, it doesn't give you the same opportunities to select what you need, right? Anyway, today's information from the Empire State Manufacturing Index, import prices month over month. Let me go to where I can see, because right now I can't see comments. Y'all might be here wondering, looking at me saying, hey, and I'm not saying hey back. And, I'll be trying to say hi to my peoples. Make sure my folks can see me. No, I don't want to see an ad, even though I did select for it to do that. Hey, good morning, Tanya and Adrian. And Tanya says, no, thank you. Yeah, no, thank you. Empire State Manufacturing Index was down 20.9. It was supposed to be down 7. This is a no bueno. Import prices month over month are same as they were anticipating. Industrial production, these things are coming up at 9:15. Capacity utilization rate, 10 o'clock, we've got University of Michigan consumer sentiments and inflation expectations. We've got those showing up a little bit later today. Let's go look real quick, see what the market's doing. It hit the bottom and it's pulling right on back up. It drops down, hit some support, and then go on back up. I want to turn on a moving average. Let me turn my buddy back on. There we go, so we can see some stuff. What is this we're looking at? This was from my class last night. If you were not in the challenge, the challenge is going fantastic. Challenge is going fantastic. So if you've been missing that, you've been missing out. We've been working the challenge. And yesterday we did a lot in charting and technical analysis yesterday. Tonight's the last night of our challenge. And then we will start to move forward to our 6-week coaching. It's 6-week coaching for those who really want to get a good, solid foundation in how to trade options. We'll teach everything from, how do we open up your brokerage account? How do you make sure that you have the right type of account? Because you need cash account, maybe need a margin account, you need different things. I'll help you with all that. We'll help you with how do you chart and do technical analysis, technical charting, not just charting, but like what do candlesticks mean and how do you use those to your advantage? How do you use your indicators? All those things are included in the 6-week coaching. And then we go deeper into the selling strategies. And we work on covered calls, cash secure puts, and spreads. And we really hold your hand and walk you through all of this. I want to say, now this is no shade against anyone else, but I know that when I first purchased the program, I got a lot of videos. And I'm one who's self-directed enough to be able to run videos like that without a problem and just watch a bunch of videos. But now that was before COVID. Now that we've had COVID, well, we've gone through, the C19, as they call it. People have kind of gotten, I won't say have gotten videoed out, but people would rather be working with somebody along the way, not necessarily just watching videos alone. Many people can still do the videos, by themselves and be self-directed enough to finish them. But some people just need to know we're meeting on Tuesday at 7 and you need to be there. People need a schedule because they got to put it in their own schedule. They don't. Right. So this 6-week coaching, it does include, it's a good mixed media. It is some like prep videos that you will watch, and then I will come live and teach you or go through and answer all the questions and teach the same, I won't say teach the same material, but I will teach it in a more expanded fashion. I do give you the video so you can, prep and be ready, and then we come in and teach it live. And that's, I'm, again, not disparaging anyone else. I'm just saying, I do know that learning options, you sometimes need to have a person that you can, raise your Zoom hand and ask your question. So that's what That's what I do with that 6-week coaching. So if you're one of those people who, and you know you need it like that, then you need to, plan to hook on up with our 6-week coaching plan. Hey Karen, need to plan to do that. Okay. I was coming here for the to chart on SPX. I got sidetracked talking about the challenge, but this is what we're doing. This is what's going on with our charting. We basically hit up here 5170 something, and now we're down at the 5120 something, right? I want to go and grab information. Let's go grab our information up here. I really want, oh, there we go, slideshow. This is our earnings. It's kind of pixelated, but last night we had Adobe and Blink and Ulta yesterday after market close, and I think Adobe. I saw somebody say something about Adobe. This morning we had Jabil, Soho House, and Town Square and Telos. That's what we had. So let's talk about what Adam Mancini puts out. Adam Mancini is a level-to-level trader. He trades the ES, not SPX. We have to take, there's a gap. If you see here at the bottom, it says there's a gap between ES and SPX is currently 70 points. There's a gap between those two. Every time the ES changes nomenclature, the gap between those two widens, and then over time it closes back up. So I have to check to make sure that I'm giving you good SPX numbers and not giving you ES numbers, right? This should say SPX up here and not ES. That should say SPX. Yesterday was all about 5150. Tested 6 times with every dip bought on the SPX. I was looking for it to clear to hit 5159, 5162 as a target. As posted, we hit 5160. Today is triple witching. It's the third Friday of the month. It's this, it's that, it's the third. So be very, very careful. Messy OPEX day, which basically is a Friday expiration of several things are expiring. Hey, Lisa, do not overtrade. This is what Adam says. Do not overtrade. 5150, 5143 are your supports. At this point, we are below those, right? So it may be, these numbers may now be resistance numbers. You must hold those numbers in order to keep 5160, 66, and 75 alive. We will dip to 5122 if 5143 fails. 5122 is kind of where we are now. I just saw we were at like 5121 I was just talking about. If you're trading XSP, you've got some numbers, 516 on the call side and 512 on the put side. We're in the 512 range right now. So you want to see if it pulls up out of here. And if it does, you may be able to do your 512 as a put credit spread. But you definitely want to let it pull out of this zone before you make a move. Okay? Before you make a move, you want to make sure it's doing its thing. Now, we got a whole bunch of stuff. Now, this week has been been really kind of a thing. I want to go back. I'll go back and check these to see which one. I know that the XOM over on the put credit spread side did fine this week. I think Taiwan Semiconductors, maybe not so much. Amazon, I believe, has done its thing this week. AMD has had a bit of a pullback. McDonald's is earnings this morning. I'm not sure where it is right now. Mara, it has pulled down, so it may be into this zone. Clean Spark, some of these are having follow-on issues from the Bitcoin. Even though Bitcoin is going to an all-time high, some of the Mara and Clean Spark, maybe they're not following along at the same pace, right? But this was our list of trades that we could have had for the week. This is our options 411 today, which is our last day of our options 411 challenge. We're going to talk about selling versus buying and how do you trade options for the week for weekly income. That's what we're going to do today on the challenge this evening. I think that's what we needed for that, right? SPX that's still pulling on up 512. Let's go look. I want to look at Adobe here. ADBE. See what Adobe did. Well, their earnings had a huge drop. They had a huge drop here in earnings. Right? So I don't need this anymore. I don't need that anymore either. Where are we? Oh, I pulled it up there. Now I need it back. I need it back. Come back here. Oh, where'd it go? Whoop. Come on, Cletus. Where'd I put you? There we are. I need you to come back to the other screen. So I can see what's going on. I can't see what's going on like that. Okay, that's Adobe. They had earnings this morning. Who else did I say? Blink, BLNK. Blink is charging stations. They also had a drop. This morning dropped right into a support area. So that may offer opportunity for those who are, this is today, for those who are looking to trade Blink. And I forgot who the other one was that we saw that I was going to look at. Ulta Beauty. You go into Ulta for the females on the call. There is too many choices. Oh my goodness. I went in Ulta. I did go in there to buy some of Tabitha's Tabitha, I guess her name's Tabitha Brown. It's Brown? Yeah. Tabitha Brown, some of her vegan hair products, which smell delicious, by the way. If you've never gotten any of the Tabitha Brown's hair products, she has this they've got like a sweet potato fragrance or sweet potato extract. Oh, they smell so good. And she has several different products there. Anyway, I went to Ulta Beauty to get some and was like, this is really, really good. So, but Ulta has got so much stuff. I guess if you're really looking for variety, Ulta would be the place to go. But I was like, ooh, there's too much stuff. There's too much stuff. Too much. But even though they dropped down into the support area, they seem to be on a green roll up for today. So, yeah, there's that. Let's see what SPY has got going this morning. SPY. I talked a little bit yesterday about the pre-market, looking at the pre-market price action and then using that as a bit of a breakout. And I think this would have been our pre-market. I need that to be bigger, so I'll know that that's what that is for. And then this would have been the lowest of the pre-market. That goes way down there. The lowest of the pre-market would be down here. That news that came out was not favorable news, right? Was not favorable news. Let me see if I can get you out the way. Okay, we're at minutes on SPX. I'll swing back over there here in a second. Good morning, TGIF. Sad about Adobe. Should have tried Ulta instead. No, I don't. Listen, I definitely don't. I'm even more and more convinced on a day-to-day basis that trading earnings beforehand, not the move, but waiting till the next day and riding whatever wave happens the next day. You've got so much of a better chance when we trade earnings. This is Janae. This is not me saying anything to you. I'm just saying in general that anytime when you do earnings on the front side, you're basically lottoing it, right? Hoping for the best. And then when you just wait till the next morning, you then have, at least you got the ability to use your technical analysis to see what you see. After, when you're doing the trade earnings in the evening, it's basically like you can't do nothing but look and see it drop and then wait all night to see what it does. If it's an aftermarket, you got to wait all night, see what happens. See what happens there, okay? So what SPY's got going right now. SPX will look very similar. Should look pretty similar. Let's do our 15-minute candle. Let me see, where's my top? For those in our community who do the breakout of SPX, basically we put our candle on the first 15-minute candle, put our lines on the first 15-minute candle. And then when it breaks out of there, you go from there to, I don't know what just happened there. No, it still seems to be going. But it's weird over here. Okay. It's no longer sharing the screen. It still says it's sharing. Why did it take it back to the beginning? Weird. Okay. It's still going here, but on my YouTube, I'm looking at YouTube and it's not going anymore on my YouTube. It was sim. I tried it out. Yeah, the good place to try it out, Janae, is in your sim. It's always good to use your paper trading and try stuff out. You know, we've tried a few different earnings strategies and have yet to really find one that works for us. You can buy and buy time out, hoping that whatever happens, it'll recover. You can sell and sell time out, but if it blows through those strikes, you got to hope it comes back in. Um, yeah, you can do straddles. Straddles is probably the safest earnings thing to do is do straddles. But straddles can be expensive because you've got to buy a call and buy a put like at the money. You can do a strangle a little bit wider, but pretty much you're going to need to buy a call and a put at the same place sometime during the day of earnings, which if you buy it that day, you're going to pay more for it because the volatility is up. So if you buy your trade, if you buy those strikes or those, that trade the day of earnings, you're going to pay more for the premiums. And then the next day you're going to have whatever it's called, crush. You're going to have IV crush from the earnings being done. It's just different stuff. So just wait till the day after and ride it out the day after you get some more information, then ride it out, right? Okay. SPX we've looked at. We checked out our economic data. We just had somebody was going to report here at 9:15, which we saw that already. They wonder why they didn't. Let me see if I can refresh this because those numbers should have filled in. Okay, there we go. Industrial production 0.1% and capacity utilization rate 78.3, which was what it was last time. 10 o'clock coming in about 10 minutes, 11 minutes. We're going to have another red folder, and we'll see what comes out of that. Okay, we'll see what comes out of that. Okay, remember that today we've got, for those of you who are doing credit spreads. Hey, Miss Barbara, for those of you who are doing credit spreads, today should be your expiration dates. Anything you can close up, you should. All right. Don't try to wait and I'm going to let my last $2 or $3 at the end of the day. You're going to be asking for stuff to go nuts, right? On OPEX days, we have things like, people are closing up their positions for this past month, and then they're setting positions for the next quarter or the next month or whatever. So some people only trade like month to month or quarter to quarter. So generally, OPEX days may be a dip at some point in the day because it dips for people who are selling or getting out of their positions, and then it goes back up the afternoon generally. And this is not investment advice, I'm just telling you what generally happens. Generally the afternoon is then bullish because people are putting on positions or they're rebuying, they're doing the things like that. So you definitely want to be mindful that you don't need to ride all day. And the pros, I said the professionals, they ain't up in this market after 1 o'clock. They take long weekends. They, chill out. It's getting ready to be spring break next week, or some of them on spring break this week. Listen, you don't have to be up in here all day trying to get 5 or 10 less. And of course, maybe you can get 5 or 10 and that's different. But I'm just saying. You want to be, if you got trades, and I'm talking to my sellers, if you got trades that can close, you want to close them up. If you can close up your trades, you want to close them up. Okay. Let's use wisdom. Y'all hear me and see me? This is your leader speaking. Back when the Jetsons, y'all know I'll go down rabbit holes. Back when the Jetsons was coming out and they had cars flying and had robots and stuff, we all looked at the Jetsons like, now we doing a lot of that same stuff that's happening in the Jetsons. All that stuff with the Jets. I wonder whoever wrote the Jetsons, how do it know? Like, how did they know this stuff was coming on the Jetsons? Y'all should go back and look at the Jetsons. Go find some Jetsons on YouTube and look at the stuff they talked about when I was a child and see almost all those things. We're doing them right now. We're doing them right now. Yes. Okay. Let's look real quick again at our strike. Looks like SPX is trying to just pull out. Let me change let me share so I am just talking and y'all can't see what I'm talking about. I want y'all to see what I'm talking about. Anybody going into spring? Anybody have spring break next week? If so, what are you doing for spring break? I've decided I'm gonna do something. Usually I do my spring break in front of my computer. I decided I don't want to do my whole spring break in front of my computer. I do have some things I want to learn, things I want to accomplish. And I was going to actually start that 6-week program like the following week, and I decided to not. I pushed it out one more week so that way I feel like I can enjoy some spring break this time. I generally don't, but anybody got any good spring break plans, or did they have any spring break plans? People talk about going to the beach. Well, I live in Florida and we live close up to the beach, but I just may go out there, see what's happening at the beach. I looked at this one day. I asked what was the best beach in Florida, and Google told me it was Navarre Beach or Navarre Beach. And I thought, oh, maybe it's not far. Maybe I'll take a road trip and drive. That thing's in Pensacola. Negative. Not going to Pensacola for it. Not doing that. Pensacola for me is like a 4-hour ride. I'm going to go with no. It needs to be a little bit closer. It needs to be a little bit closer than that. This is SPX, and I put it on the 5-minute chart. Basically, it's hanging out in between that 15-minute zone. This is what SPY is doing. SPY is bumping up against the bottom of that. I was going to go look at McDonald's because they had earnings yesterday, and there was some potential opportunities at McDonald's. Yeah, this is McDonald's. Mickey D's. Mickey D's. It's a 5-minute chart. All righty. We don't have anything planned up for the weekend inside of E2T. Learning and doing. Listen, I take time on the days and the weekends to really try to enhance my own learning and knowledge. I used to take the weekend to take a woosah because I think that, trading and you're a trader, a lot of stuff happens in your nervous system. If things didn't go well, that's going to bother you. If things do go well, you're going to be excited, and that's going to bother your nervous system. So there has to be a bit of a time to right? Maybe go get a massage or something. It's just weird because this is what I run into. Maybe somebody can tell me in the chat if you run into the same thing. If I've had a good week in the market, I'm feeling, upbeat and jubilant, but then I'm like, I could use that money for more stuff next week. If I didn't have a good week in the market, then I'm like, I lost money in the market. And then I don't want to go off and spend money, but I need to do something that's going to give some self-care. And generally self-care costs some money. You go get a massage, you got to pay. Get your nails done, you got to pay. You get your feet done, you got to pay. You go get your hair done, you're going to pay. You go, play golf, you're going to pay. You go, basically, if you decide you're going to go out to eat, you're going to pay. And you're like, but I just lost money in the market. I don't want to go and pay for something. Anybody else run into that? Does anybody else have that problem where you're like, I don't want to pay for something? This week was a lot, Tanya. It's a lot happened this week. We've been at all-time highs, and now when those things start to pull back, most of us aren't ready because we got maybe put credit spreads and da-da-da. Jamie says, when I lose money in the market, my self-care is trading in the sim. Yes, that's a good thing. Go and work in your go and work on demand on Thinkorswim, something like that. Spend some more time getting yourself over your frustrations, trying to see. That's totally affordable. Yes. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. I created this shirt, by the way. It's in my Etsy shop. Y'all know I have no problem doing shameless plugs. bit.ly/MELINSP. You can go over there. I have all kind of stuff in my Etsy shop that is available for traders. That's what I want to do this week too. Maybe that's what I'll spend a little time doing this week, is creating some trader gear. I haven't created trader gear in a while, and I need to create some more trader gear to put in my in my shop. Maybe I'll do something artistic this week. That'll take my brain off of the mechanics of math. I've been teaching my pre-calculus class. Maybe I do something creative this week, and that'll take my brain off that. Oh, maybe I should go to like, y'all know I just jump from thing to thing. Maybe I should go to like paint and sip, even though I'm not sipping. Maybe I can just paint. I don't have to go to paint and sip to just paint though. I can just go to paint and paint. I wonder if the library has anything going for spring break. The library sometimes offers free stuff to do during spring break, stuff like that. I might need to go check them out too. Well, I'll come up with something. I will definitely come up with something. All right, you all. Let me see if we can get our thingamajigger back on the screen. Nope, not that one. I'm going to share screen one this time, and we're going to here. For anybody who is looking at the seller package, because we do all the seller package stuff, if you're starting at options and going all the way through all the strategies for an option seller, we do offer that bundle here. Here in the educator to trader world, we have a whole bundle. We also have the membership. Am I going the wrong way? I think I am. I need to be going the other way. How about, nope, where are we going? Hello, what are you doing? I need to get back to the membership page. There we go. A2T membership. We've got morning calls, weekly training calls on Wednesdays, and we have our monthly coaching calls at the first of the month. We also have a Telegram group where we hang out all together, basically, where you have access to me and the other folks in my community. And we all, for whatever help, input, interests, comments, whatever, socializing, all the stuff. Because trading can be lonely, and we don't want to be lonely. And when you're in the membership, you're also open. You can go to all the other things I offer. You can go to the 6-week coaching. You can come to the challenge. Anything else I offer. If you're a member, if you're one of my members, you can come to everything else I offer. Okay, so that's could that potentially be a motivation? Yes, it could. Yes, it could. All right, that's the E2T membership. You can always go to my website, educatortotrader.com. Like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Right, tell people about us. We're always here. We want to make sure people know about us. Right, so this year we're still going left in 2024, which means we're leaning in on 1 to 2 strategies. We're educating ourselves, we're getting some fundamentals, and we're trading with the plan. I continue to bring this up because I want to keep it in your forefront. I want to keep it at the front of your mind. We're going to try not to jump from thing to thing, right? We're going to try not to jump from thing to thing because that's how we make mistakes. I am working on a process or a resource that may help us out as sellers, and I want to be sure I'm making sure that it's working good for us before I bring it to our community. But I really have pretty good. I got high hopes for it. This is our week we're in. This week we've got the challenge going on. Day 3 is this evening. We'll wrap it up tonight. On Sunday, I'll be back live at 5 on YouTube. I'll be here Sunday, and then of course we have our meetings during the week. And then I said we're starting it on the 25th. I think I'm going to start it the next week, which will be in April. We're actually going to start it after Easter, right? After Easter, we'll start our 6 weeks of coaching. All right. E2T declaration. I declare I'm a great trader. I declare I'm a successful trader. I declare I'm a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses. My accounts grow more and more each week. I'm a wise and knowledgeable trader. I always make smart and lucrative decisions for my portfolios. I declare I'm a level-headed trader who does not trade my emotions. I got sidetracked by this big old candle on SPY a second ago. Lord, it's you who gives us the power to get wealth. You teach our hands to war with the purpose of establishing your kingdom. Help us today to trade wisely and strategically in order to fulfill this purpose. Give us more than enough so we can have what we need and enough to be a blessing to others in Jesus' name. Before I end this call, that one of the best ways you are, I know, right? Our list of focus. Y'all know I be everywhere. One of the best ways to feel a sense of internal satisfaction is to bless somebody else, right? I want you to always feel like you should and can do that. It's a way to feel like you're adding value to the world as well, and you're not just living in a bubble, right? Definitely Always bless somebody else. I try to look for opportunities to bless others, and it always, always, always comes back. An open hand knows no lack. My motivational moment. An open hand knows no lack. If you're tight fisted and you stingy, because you know why we from the stingy. Don't be stingy, right? I do think you have to use wisdom when you're pouring in capital. Anywhere you're pouring in capital, you have to use wisdom. That's why I really let the Lord prompt me when there is a transfer of cash and capital, or if there's going to be some help. I let the Holy Spirit and the Lord prompt me in that area. But because the need will consume the gift, you have to keep that in mind. But when you're prompted, allow yourself to be used, right? The Lord gives seed to the sower, and those who sow in other places, you won't ever be at a lot with a lack of seed. All right. When you're sowing seed, you won't have lack. But when you're trying to hold all your seed and all you're doing is eating up all your seed, then you're going to have lack. And if you're not a giving person, really try to be intentional about that. Be intentional about it. All right. That's my moment, my inspirational moment for the morning. The need will definitely consume the gift, but but there's always more need than there is your gift. But if everybody does a little bit, it's good. And that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be a gift or you shouldn't be a blessing. But you just have to use wisdom. I want you to use and be led. Use wisdom and be led. Okay. You're welcome. Lynn says, thank you for adding value to us. Yes, that's my desire. All righty. We're gonna do two things today. Two things. Two. That was a two things. We're gonna do two things. My fingers didn't want to act right. We're gonna do two things today. We're gonna stay green and we're gonna get this money. Okay. You all have a great green day, and I will see you in the market. Goodbye, everyone. You're welcome, Tanya. See y'all.